All right, so let's just move right on into this light yoga session today. And I'm Michael Jeff, and this is the Yoga Channel Lounge, the channel of the yoga. And for those of you that don't know who I am, I've been around for about 3 or 4 years on this channel, and I've been doing putting up a lot of yoga videos and what have we. I also do a lot of Christian messages and also a lot of varying and diversified topics. I like to keep everything interesting, to kind of keep everything going, to make, and I think that's the way we should approach life, is every day a different day. Keep it interesting, keep it exciting. Keep it new, whether whatever it is, whether it be your relationship, whether it be your work, whether it be your marriage, or whether it be with your friends. Always do something different. Make it different. That brings that disciplines the mind, that changes things, and that gets us out of a state of same old sameness. And so always, instead of looking at it like, oh, I'm getting older and, taking the world approach, reverse it and think, I'm getting younger, I'm going back. So, always do everything, you don't have to do everything with the way everybody else says, like, oh, we're just getting old and we're admitting defeat. Always keep things interesting, keep it going, and that's what I like to do on this channel, particularly. And so as we proceed, let's just let's bring our mind into focus and clearing the mind, clearing of thought. And we're just and this is how you should start out each and every day, with just take the time. And sometimes we miss it, and that's okay, but it helps us to stay in balance by starting off with a few yoga exercises, or any kind of exercise. Doesn't have to be yoga. But anyways, for that matter, we're doing a few light yoga exercises today. So there's going to be maybe 10 or maybe 15, maybe 20 minutes. So let's just keep it light. So let's bring our attention into bring the hands into the chest, into the anahata chakra. Okay, if the feet are nice and grounded, you're standing in Tadasana. And make sure the body is nice and loose, but you're feeling that sense of groundiness. You're connecting with your yoga mat, if you have one. And relax the whole body from the top of our head to the bottom of our toes, visualizing all of the chakras, all the way from the thousand petal lotus chakra, all the way through the anahata, down through the manipura, all the way to the muladhara, all the way to the bottom of the arches and the soles of the feet. Notice that the hands are what they're feeling like in the chest. Take a deep breath. Now let's think about yesterday. We're going to get rid of yesterday. Think about maybe last week, or maybe one of the events that happened, whether it be not so exciting or flamboyantly exciting, whatever you did, wherever you went. Think about that. Let's just capture one thought. Okay, so we capture one moment and just think about that for a second, whatever it might be. Take another breath, keep the breath active. Keeping the thought on that. Now let's bring that, as we move, let's bring that thought, training the mind here. Transgress on throughout that week or the day from where your thought began, and watch the happenings all the way through, up and through last night, into the morning, and then back into where we are now. And then we release that moment, we release yesterday, we move forward and up and beyond. So now we're washing away, clearing off with clarity of thought what happened before, and we're coming into the now. And that's where we are. And so we're going to go, we notice how we're feeling and where our mind is at. making a mental note of that. And this is usually a great way to, at least we're starting the new year off. That doesn't have to be like that every day. All right, so let's exercise the face a little bit. So lifting the chin up, this gets the facial muscles work nicely. And exhale, bring the chin down toward the collarbone. Just kind of stretching the neck a little bit. And let's roll the shoulders up and then back. Another breath up and then back. And roll forward, up and down. Roll back, forward and down. And lift the hands up as high as you can get them. Up, lifting, looking up and coming up on tiptoes. Nice tall stretching, tall mountain. And back in regular Tadasana, arms alongside the legs, nice and hands. Wiggle the fingers, stretch the legs, and keep the gaze forward. Couple more breaths, and let's just go right into Utthita Trikonasana. Right foot out, 90 degrees, back foot in, 30 degrees, maybe 45, whatever's comfortable. Straight line between the feet, arms out airplane fashion. And keep both legs straight, looking down toward the foot, lifting up the hand, looking up toward, I believe it would be your left hand, whichever hand it is. Nice straight chest. Opening up the chest, taking in the energy from above. Bringing that energy all the way down to your foot. Noticing how you're feeling. Energizing. Couple more breaths. If you need to come up sooner, then always do so. Never go too far or too hard. Always be mindful. Listen to your body first. And let's come down. If you need to come out, then you can take a break, but let's go into Parsvakonasana. Lifting the arm up over the ear, looking up toward the armpit. The front knee is 90 degrees over the foot. The back leg is straight. And the foot is about 45 degrees into the pose. And this is really good for strengthening your legs. This is very strength enhancing. Creates a lot of strength all the way through the body and brings the energy all the way through one side of the body to the other. It's great for the digestion as well. Keeping it going. And let's just go into, for the sake of the matter, let's go into Parsvakonasana. So come up a little bit, and so maybe come up a tiny bit. Keep both legs straight. The feet are about evenly spaced apart. So both the heel and the front is lined up with the back arch. And so keep the front leg straight, coming into the pyramid as we stretch the thigh down toward the leg. If you need to come up, by the way, then come up. So we're moving a little quicker today, a little bit more. It's colder out, so getting the body heated up. Stretching down toward the leg, looking down toward the toe. Straight line. And let's come up, inhale. Lifting up, really lifting. And exhale and release. And let's go to the other side. Let's take a couple moments. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. So, first of all, hips in alignment with the shoulders. Left foot out, 90 degrees, back foot in, I'd say about 45 degrees, nice and whatever's comfortable for you. Notice that you have a straight line. And take a couple breaths, arms out, airplane fashion. Okay. Keep the breath even. Rest the hand down toward the leg, bring it down, the hand down toward the foot. Look up to the hand, opening the body up like a ruler is pressed against your chest, totally opening up that chakra, noticing, really being mindful that the chest is open, not down here. You want to be more up here like this. And of course you can modify the stretch if you need, if you can't go down all the way. So let's try to go down toward the foot, but you may not be able to get all the way down there. So always being mindful, and if you're too sore, but noticing the way that you're feeling, noticing any discomfort that you're having. And so this really disciplines the mind, making mental notes. And so it kind of keeps us in check. We know where we are. And so we don't push ourselves too far. Always listening to what the body is telling us. It's not a competition, like I've said before. You always don't have to be competing with your best friend or acquaintance that's doing the poses next to you. Like so many, I do that a lot. I've done that, I still do. But okay, and let's come down into Parsvakonasana. So we're going to do the same thing as we did on the other side. Knee directly over the foot, resting the arm on the knee, lifting the arm up over the head, looking up toward the armpit. Back leg firm and straight. And if you need to come up right now and take a break, then please do so. Looking up toward the hand, really, and this is good for the whole body, strengthening, really enhancing the strength of your body, your overall strength level. And it's also good for the hips, the legs, the shoulders, and it's good for digestion, by the way. And of course your heart, and it's, so very good for really everything. Mind. Okay, let's come up a bit on the power of the breath. And then we're just gonna go into Parsvakonasana once again. So, nice feet, nice and evenly stretched. Okay, and let's just come up all the way, squaring off the hips. And so we notice that our alignment is good, both legs straight. And we're gonna stretch down, bringing the chest toward the thigh. Noticing that the leg is straight in front, we're gazing down toward the foot. Always have a nice focal gazing point. Keeps everything in focus and making sure if you notice the mind wandering off, bring it back. This one's very good for the hips and very good for the whole body in general. Also, it's very good for balance here. You're noticing that you may be struggling with a little balance, and come up if you need to do so. Let's try to hold out for another breath or two. And let's come up. Inhale, nice powerful breath on the power of the release. Exhale, arms down, and let's come back. And so let's just do one more stretch before we close out. And I'm going to turn around, but everybody else stay where you are. Noticing how you're feeling now as opposed to how you felt when you first began. All right, so let's go into Prasarita Padottanasana, which means the wide angle stance. And for just the sake of the matter, I'm going to turn around like this, just so you can see what I'm doing. And so some of you might want to just take the hands behind the back. Feet are nice and wide apart, by the way. And I'm just going to demonstrate here real quickly, and we're going to come up like this. If you can come all the way down to look between the legs, you can. Otherwise, just look down. And never go too far. You might just want to come down to here. Maybe that far. So noticing where your back starts to round too much, then you know that you're coming too far. So always being mindful of how not going further than what you're able to do. Okay, so let's So I'm going to do it this way. So for most of us that want to do it this way, and you can do it either this way, coming up like that, or you can do it like grabbing the feet like that. And there's different ways to do that. So let's begin. Hands on hips, clearing the mind. Let's take a few deep breaths first. Inhale and exhale as we go, stretch forward. Nice and evenly. Looking down, noticing how far we can go before we start feeling that our back may be a little bit pushed too far. So if you notice that your back is starting to hurt, or if it feels like it's going too much, then always come up, or simply come out of the posture for that matter. But if you feel you can deepen the stretch, then let's do so. For those of you that want to come from here to bring the hands down, you can try to come down a little further. Some of you might be able to go down all the way to look through the legs. And you can really feel this, the backs of the legs, the inner thighs, particularly the hamstring stretching here. So let's hold it. If you need to come up sooner, always come up. Don't compete, but just be true to yourself. And let's come up a nice big a big stretch up as we inhale. Usually we're always lifting and inhaling, and if we descend, we exhale, and as we descend here, we're going to exhale and bring it all back into focus. Okay, so let's come into finish up. And so we'll just take a few moments. We're going to do a few ohms. And so bringing in the new self. Every time you do a yoga routine or something, it's a regeneration. It's a removing, a calibration, shall we say. And I did a video that I put up for those of you that have tuned into the channel a little bit earlier called Apparition. So that song I recorded this was a while back, and I decided I would put some visuals to it because I was listening to it just the other night. But so you might want to tune. It's called Apparition. It's on my channel, and so what I really intended and what the meaning of that was, what I was trying to get to, the point that I was trying to get across. Of course, it could be interpreted in a lot of different ways, and so I like to just kind of leave that open to everybody if you watch the video. But the intended projection, or what it was a vision. It was really the meaning of rebirth, of exactly what we're doing in yoga. We're regenerating ourselves each day. So, and in life, the meaning was the death of the old self into the new self. And particularly in this video, the apparition meaning a vision, a dream, or as interpreted, or as the true meaning of apparition would be Christ or an angelic being coming down to convey a vision as to somebody of what an apparition would be. So it could be a dream or it could be a vision, but signifying in what I meant by the visuals that were put up was like the rebirth, the regeneration from death to life of the spirit, ascension into the final moment of the being in the kingdom of God the Most High. or of the higher self, and the highest state of consciousness as it relates to yoga, the exercise of yoga as related, we come into the highest state of our physical being, and we the purpose of yoga is to prepare for the body to sit for long periods of time in meditation. Sometimes we don't even have to, some people are so advanced, they don't even have to do the yoga routine, they snap right into meditation. They're so enveloped and so advanced in doing this. And that's what we work toward, is to where we get toward that state where we can just jump into meditation, and our back is strong enough, and everything. Taking a couple moments, let's do a few ohms. Inhale the hands into the chest. Relax the arms, making sure we're nice and straight, shoulders are relaxed. Inhale and exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Let's do a couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale.